30 East Drive is infamous for being home to Europe's most violent poltergeist. This property has seen many people leave in terror. As this is deemed one of the most haunted houses in Britain, it has many similarities to the infamous Enfield hauntings. The film, When the Lights Went Out, was made based purely on the terrifying story of the Pritchard family that lived in this house, and there has been numerous newspaper reports. It has also been widely investigated by many paranormal teams such as Most Haunted and the Paranormal Lockdown. Many have documented its malevolent activity. It is believed that this property is haunted by a malevolent poltergeist known as the Black Monk of Pontefract, also affectionately known as Fred. Despite attempts to bless this house, there are still paranormal teams reporting objects being thrown or moving in front of their eyes, dark shadows lurking, doors opening, and strange sounds are heard when no one is around. Jean, Joe, and their grandchildren, Philip, 15, and Diane, 12, Pritchard, moved into number 30 East Drive, Pontefract, in August 1966. Almost immediately, during the hot summer bank holiday, Philip and his grandmother first witnessed a baffling phenomenon. A fine layer of chalk-like dust falling not from the ceiling, but from a level below head height. In an effort to clean up before Philip's holidaying parents returned, Miss Kelly, Philip's aunt, who had been fetched by her mother to observe the falling dust, went to the kitchen for some cleaning implements, whereupon she slipped on a pool of water that had mysteriously appeared. Her efforts to mop up the water were thwarted by more pools appearing on the lino in front of her and Philip's very eyes. This was the beginning of several years of incredible, inexplicable events. Green foam appearing from taps and toilet even after the water was turned off. The tea dispenser being activated, resulting in all the dried tea cascading on top of the work surface, lights being turned on and off, plants leaping out of their pots and landing on the stairs, cupboards shaking violently, photographs being slashed with a sharp knife, and an endless list of levitating and thrown objects, including a solid oak sideboard. Dubbed Mr. Nobody by the local press in 1968, the family preferred to refer to the poltergeist simply as Fred, perhaps as a way of normalizing it, as no number of initiatives could persuade the entity to leave the family in peace, and the house-proud mother Jean refused to be terrorized out of her house by an entity. Exorcisms were held in the home. Walls would seep holy water. Faces were slapped. People were shoved down the stairs, and Fred's hands would appear from nowhere and conduct the Christian songs aimed at shooing him off, whilst wearing huge women's fur gloves. In fact, many of Fred's antics were both amazing and often highly amusing. Like when he calmly poured an entire jug of milk he removed from the fridge over a skeptical aunt, leaving the kids in stitches. Ordinarily, poltergeists aren't known for causing grievous bodily harm, and although Fred caused a few bruises and scrapes and lots of heart-stopping scares, in particular Diane, seemingly the focus of the haunting, it is rare for a poltergeist to become excessively violent and cause physical harm. But in the case of Fred, That indeed became the case. Late on in his residency, when both Philip and Diane were beginning to exit adolescence, the activity reached a new climatic height, with Diane's long hair suddenly standing on its end, followed by her being dragged, kicking and screaming up the stairs, an event that left her seriously traumatized and with clear, visible finger marks on her throat. This was just one of the family's horrifying events that happened at 30 East Drive. Many more people have come and gone, some seeking the truth of what really happens within the walls of the terrifying home. Let me know in the comments if you would be brave enough to stay the night and experience the wrath of Fred. Thank you for listening to the true tale of 30 East Drive. If you have a true tale of your own and would like me to read next, then email me at shaniuxa1@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing your true tales. Remember, be kind and spread positivity. Love is the key to happiness. Thank you again for listening to True Tales with me, your host, Chantelle.